Hello and welcome to Pillars of Wealth Creation, where we talk about creating financial success with a special focus on business and real estate. I'm your host, Todd Dexheimer. Now, let's get to it.
Hey, look, there's so many different real estate strategies out there, and you're not going to probably know what all those are or understand that many people actually do it until you actually start hanging around with those people. I recently answered a forum question on Bigger Pockets, somebody saying, hey, why is everybody a wholesaler that's in real estate? There's got to be people that do other things. And my answer to him was, because that's who you're hanging around. You're not hanging around multifamily investors. You're not hanging around investors that are doing single families, and investors that are doing note buying, commercial properties, whatever it is. So if you are confused, or maybe you're just like, well, how do we even get into this strategy? I don't know anybody that's in it. Well, you got to change your network, right? You've got to figure out who your network is right now and what they're doing, and then who the network is that you want to create. If you want to be, buying office buildings, well, guess what? You've got to get to know people that are buying office buildings. If you want to buy industrial space, well, get to know people that are buying industrial space. You've got to get with people that are doing it, and it starts to become the norm, right? For me, I'm hanging around a lot of multifamily investors that are buying 2, 3, 4, 500 unit buildings. It's became the norm. It wasn't always the norm, right? For me, before, the norm was flipping houses. I did a lot of flips, wholesalers, flippers. That was the norm. But now that's no longer the norm. I don't know a lot of flippers. Now, do I know that it's an industry? Yeah, absolutely. But I just personally don't know a lot anymore because I'm in multifamily and I've surrounded myself with those types of people. So figure out what you want to do. There's so many different strategies and there's so many different ways to make money in real estate, in business in general. There's no the gurus out there will tell you there's a perfect way. You got to buy multifamily. There's a perfect way. You got to buy self-storage. You got to buy mobile home parks. You've got to buy industrial. You've got to buy single families. You can do fix and flips, whatever it is. There's no perfect answer, right? And by the way, if the gurus are telling you that you got to do all this stuff and you see that there's 40 different things you can do, well, that tells you that you can be successful in all of them. So figure out what you're going to do and start hanging around those people. Maybe you go, well, I don't quite know. Well, then start hanging around with different groups of people. And that way you get to know it. And it just makes it much easier when you start investing in that, or when you really start going hard into, let's say, being a multifamily investor. You already have the connections. You're comfortable with the asset class. You're comfortable with the talk. You've been around these people, you've been meeting brokers, all that kind of stuff. So, Matt Jones, that's why I hang out with you. Thanks, Matt. I thought it was my dashing personality, but, whatever. That's okay. I got it. Hang around with people you want to be with, right? Hang around with those who are going to get you to the next level. And, of course, you want to add value to them as well. It's not just a give, right? Or not just a take, it's a give and take. So make sure you're adding value, make sure you're being proactive in the relationship as well. That's it. See ya.